counted. What is that?
Well, on my screen, if I'm moving it, those are your faces. It's the Zoom camera. I'm moving it so I can access different parts of my screen.
Well, it's not showing any face. It's just a
yeah. Whenever something with Zoom, and it doesn't always do this. I found with my students, half the time they're like, there's a block in the middle of the lecture.
Right
like,
here.
But sometimes it just doesn't show up. But whatever's on Zoom doesn't show up on the screen share.
Okay, so here's an image that I've embedded into a Microsoft Word document. Now if we go to review, this is the easy way to do it. It doesn't always fix, so we'll see if it works. So if you go to review on the toolbar where you have spell check, you should have one that says check accessibility. Google also has a similar feature. I'm not quite sure how to find it though. But if you're a Google user, let us know and we'll help you figure that out. So if we run that check, what it does, perfect. So over here on the side, it popped up the errors in my document that it sees right now. So right here it says missing alternative text. So if I click on that, down here at the bottom, it's going to give me the instructions to fix it. Okay, so I'm going to right click on that object. And here it gives me the option to edit alt text. Okay, so this is a drawing of a Panopticon prison. Okay, so we can close that. Now over here on the side, that went away as an error because we fixed it. So you can do it at the beginning by just right-clicking on an image. You'll get this menu, and you should have something that says either, if you have an older version of Word, it will say, I think it says something like edit image, or something about details for the image. You can add it there. The new version actually says edit alt text. If you have the older version of Word, if you come out to File, let me go back. So again, go to File. Over here on the side, you have an option for that accessibility check. I think it has, I want to say it has 3 different types of checks it will run. One of them is accessibility. And again, what that does is it opens up this handy little tutorial on the side of your screen to walk you through fixing some of the things that are wrong. Gary, did that answer your question?
I think I was in the wrong spot. I was trying to do it under the picture link at the top. And the text box wouldn't open up. It wouldn't let me type anything in. I could see it, but it wouldn't let me type anything in.
Yeah, so you know, again, run that check and see if it will not only give you the steps, sometimes it will prompt the menu that you need to make those corrections. Yeah. So
I have saved all of my images as PDFs. So what do I do with those?
Did you make them as a Word document and then save them into a PDF?
I made them as a WordPerfect document, Corel, not Microsoft. Ooh. And then I went ahead and converted them to PDFs.
You know what?
I can email them to people, but I have not yet figured out how to include them.
So, if you talk to our IT department, they can give you a license for Adobe. And from what I understand, is accessibility is built into that. So you might just want to go through and use that as your editor and do it through that. What do you think, Terry?
I mean, a PDF I try to keep everything as something I can edit. So if you're comfortable using Adobe Professional where you can edit documents, that would be a good route. Microsoft Word will convert a PDF into a Word file though too. That's another option that you have. Word will open any PDF now, and convert it. So you may lose some formatting features, and that way then you could continue to edit and make any ADA changes that you need to. So,
Looks
I
like
mean,
I
you
have
have,
to go ahead and buy a new edition of Microsoft Word then.
not necessarily, as a Merced College employee, you have access to Office 365, which is the
On
Word
campus?
version of Google Docs. What?
Do I have to be on campus for that?
No, it's cloud. So Office 365, you just have to have internet. The problem is your account may not be straightened out yet. So if you try logging in, just Google Office 365. It will take you to a login page. It should be your school email and your school password. Try logging in. And if that doesn't work, Omar Amakveza is the gentleman who will help you sort that out. Omar and Will Resendez, they have to get you. But you can access that from anywhere you have internet.
But the Office 365 will do everything that the new Word will do.
It includes Word, Excel, Teams, file sharing, all kinds of stuff.
I will do that then.
Now, one more thing I wanted to show you guys about accessibility on this document. So if you notice over here on the side, it tells me I only have one problem, but I know I have more than one problem with this document. So if you look at it right now, all the text is not formatted using styles. So that's one of the things that, I mean, I personally had to go back through a lot of files to fix. So when you're creating a document, in Word in particular, up here at the top, you have your text styles. So if you have a title, don't make it bold and change the font size. Come over here and actually make it a title. Okay. This is my first heading, so I'm going to make that heading 1. Okay. So this is applying a style to a document. It's and this is a paragraph, so I'm going to come up here. And this is actually going to be, so that's
Normal.
paragraph is normal. Yeah.
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 And the cool
So-
thing about this, from the business perspective, I have my students do a project. You can go in and choose styles, and as long as it's all set up, it will change everything exactly to the way you want it. So you could choose stylistically to change it really fast. And also you can do, I mean, it wouldn't really apply to this setting, but they make their, what is it called? Their content page. They're having all everything listed out. Where's the each heading, and it actually puts what page it's listed at. I've spent hours creating that when I was in college. I was like, wow, why didn't I not tell us about this?
And this is another way too. If you create, you can do a table of content. So let's say maybe you have like a 9-10 page syllabus. You could create a table of contents that makes it something that students could click through very quickly if you leave it as a Word document. Okay, so use those styles up at the top. The other that you want to do is make sure that you use these automatic bullets or numbers or letters.
Mm-hmm.
Don't actually type, for your SLOs, for example, don't type A, B, C. Go through and use that automatic feature because the screen reader is going to recognize that content differently than if you type A or you manually put in, instead of a bullet, maybe you put a dash before each item in the list. Okay, don't do that. Use those automatic features to format. Okay.
And this
Any
is
other
true for
questions?
on Canvas as well.
Let me open.
So when you're in Canvas, all this has to be happening. And apparently, if they have students who have these type of disabilities are sometimes more likely to sign up for an online class because it's easier than having the accommodations in the classroom. So don't think, oh, nobody's going to need this. Especially I think in 5 or 10 years from now, it might be the hub of where students who actually need it are going to come.
So in your rich content editor here, you have bullets and you have letters or numbers, excuse me. Now, when you do your SLOs for your syllabus, Canvas doesn't let you do letters. It has numbers, which they've yet to come up with a solution for that. So just keep that in mind. And, you have your indent features here that you can use. Here are your paragraph or your text styles. So you have paragraph and then headers. The thing with headers is they have to go in order. You cannot start with a header 4 and then jump to a header 2 the next time. You can start with 2 and work your way down to 4. You could have all 2s. You could have all 3s. You just have to make sure that they follow a logical order. Okay. And when you're done, always just run that accessibility check and see what it tells you. And the nice thing about an accessibility check, again, just like in Word, it will walk you through how to fix it. So it will tell you the problem and it will prompt different menu items on how to make that change. How do you know when and what size headers to use? It has to be logical and it has to make sense in the reading order and the information. So there isn't a one-size-all answer there. So it depends on your content. Caitlin, how do you determine which header to use?
I usually go with 3 because I feel like 4 is too big. But I mean, it just also depends stylistically what you're trying to accomplish.
So, I mean, again, it depends on your content. I'm kind of with Caitlin. I tend to go with that second level header just because it's smaller. And I figure the title of the page or the assignment will show as well. So technically it has a title first. Yeah. So if that's the title, then I don't need that really big header. So it just depends on your content. Any other questions?
You're currently in the CMOIT sandbox, right? That we're working in.
I'm in our course. Oh, let's take a look at a sandbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was wondering, do I use my sandbox 1 and 2 for my history courses, or is there a specific CMOIT sandbox that I'm getting to use? I didn't see
So here's yours, Carlton. So you're not able to open it at all?
Right. Well, click on it. I think you might see what I'm seeing. Okay, here it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I know what
Canvas is not enabled for this course as of yet. Is that just I can get in, but the students can't get in? Is that what that is?
So let me explain what this is. We had a lot of people in the past who've not used Canvas at all. Right? But a lot of students got used to using Canvas. So they were logging into Canvas and there was a course shell there and they would open it, but there was no content. So this was created, I think, by the DE committee to sort of address that issue. So I believe all Canvas shells are going to come with this.
Okay.
And what you do is you come up here and actually, let's go to pages. So this is your default home page. We want that because you're creating a course. So, okay, so we can't delete it, but we can change the page.
Can we edit that? And if we edit it, is it going to change it for everyone else in the system?
Well, yeah, I would just create a new one.
Okay.
I can see if we told people to edit that might come back and bite us, Caitlin. So here's a generic syllabus, for example. To make this would not be your home page, but since that's the only other home page here, all right, let me move that chat over. All right, so the 3 dots up here in the corner, click on them, and we're going to say use as front page. Okay, so now we come over here and we go home. We just took that out of there.
Oh, okay.
So if you're